Hello everyone, my name is Jason Parker and welcome back to this channel about magic. Newsflash, Season 2 of America's Got Talent The Champions began yesterday. In this first episode, we only see one magician and her name is Dania Diaz. She is a magician from Venezuela doing card magic. By the way, stay tuned after the reaction for this, if you know what I mean. But for now, let's just jump right into the reaction.
Did you put together the magic trick of your life to make this happen for you?
Literally, the magic trick of my life.
Good question, then.
Hi, welcome to America's Got Talent, The Champions.
Thank you so much.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Dania.
Hi, Dania.
I'm originally from Venezuela.
And what do you do?
I'm a magician.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Really? Wow, he's so surprised. Howie, I can see your gender bias and how shocked you are that she's a magician. Come on. Proceeding.
I don't think there's enough female magicians.
There are not.
How long have you been doing magic?
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
Yeah, I was a finalist on Spain Got Talent of 2018.
Wow!
When I was little.
Nice.
My mom and my dad separated. Being a little girl, that was a really hard time. So when I discovered magic, it's like a fantasy, you know, that you can make possible the impossible. When I grew older, I started pursuing my dream of becoming a magician. But every place I went, people would assume that I was the assistant, and they were like, where's the magician? When I went to the audition, I was really nervous.
By the way, I really like the slow motion where she's shooting the cards through her hands. But is it just me? I find it somehow unsatisfying that they're showing her dropping cards on the ground. I know they're using that for some kind of storytelling element, but if I'm doing a card spring and a card falls onto the ground, I feel like I made a mistake. And I know that's not her fault. I know that's just the producers of the show and everything. Back to the video.
Ese momento supe que quería ser maga. When I finished, it was crazy. I was like, okay, too many emotions. But in the finals, I started to second guess myself. I performed a stage magic that was different, and I knew I didn't connect. I left the competition. Dania! I thought that my dream was finished.
Yeah, probably some judge told her she has to make her magic bigger for the stage, so she went from doing close-up magic to doing some grand illusion, you know, like the quick clothing change. I didn't actually see it, but I'm guessing that's what happened. And if that's not something she's super passionate about, then it probably didn't connect with the audience. Anyways.
But after Spain Got Talent, I've been able to perform to sold-out theaters. But I haven't been able to come to America until now. This is my dream, and I'm gonna make it come true.
Pretty cool.
So the best close-up magic person in the world won this show. I think Shin Lim was the best.
Best close-up magic person. They should make a trophy out of that. Anyways, let's see what she's got.
Ever seen.
Shin Lim, yeah.
This is the book where I write all of my stories. Everything I've been through is right here in these pages. Look, this is the part where I found magic. Well, tonight, I would like to share with all of you the story of my life with a deck of cards.
Whoa.
I hope you all enjoy. I'm Dania. I'm a magician, and I'm from Venezuela.
Very cool.
Venezuela is a really big country with more than 20 million inhabitants, 28,870,000 to be precise. We have the highest waterfall in the world, 979 meters to be accurate. Since I was little, I loved being on stage, but my only audience were my brothers Daniel and Leo. My mom, she was the queen of the house, and my dad, well, he wasn't really in the picture. Actually, I settled with him 3 or 4 times a month. But suddenly, when I turned 10, our mom passed away. Our lives were never the same. I think of her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year.
Sorry to interrupt, but I've got to say, that's actually very touching, you know? Can you imagine being age 10 and then losing your only parent? The only parent that's really like the core structure, that's like the pillar of your existence and how you understand life. Anyways, I just think that's got to be really difficult to lose someone like that at age 10. Back to the show.
Time passed by and I found magic. One day I saw a magician on TV, and on that day my heart jumped off joy. I fell in love with his magic, of course. He took his assistant and he changed the color of her dress, and from that moment I knew I wanted to be a magician. Now that I am 21 years old, well, 31, my cards never lie. I have 10 years working as a magician, but a few years ago, I had to leave my country looking for a future that in my country I couldn't have. And even though I knew I would find some difficulties in the way, what I didn't expect is that this journey will take me here, to America's Got Talent, The Champions. The place where I will realize that no matter where you're from, we're all searching for a dream. And it doesn't matter how chaotic you think your life is right now. I invite you to be a little patient, because little by little, everything will fall into place. Everything will find its order. This is my story and has brought me here. And you for listening. I just want to say, gracias.
That was nice.
That was beautiful.
Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts before we hear the judges have to say. First off, I think she gave a really great performance. I don't know, somehow it just felt really nice. The whole thing kind of came together. Actually, at first when she started performing that magic trick, which many magicians know as Sam the Bellhop, I was a little like, I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy this. But I was surprised. She did like a really nice job incorporating her story into that routine. And yeah, maybe she's not doing as many technically difficult moves as someone like Eric Chen or Shin Lim, but she did an amazing job just communicating herself as a person and a magician on stage. And I think she chose magic that was perfect for her target audience of America's Got Talent. I'm just left with an overall favorable impression, and I would enjoy watching her perform again. My curiosity is piqued. All right, let's hear what the judges have to say.
Someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What a beautiful, beautiful way to do magic, to tell your story. And the fact that you're up there as a female, we don't see this very often, is inspiring. I think you're in with a really, really good chance. And I really hope the super fans get behind you. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I also love seeing more female magicians on the stage. Of course, I also love that you were very personal with your magic, because that made me get to know you more. So that was very smart, I thought. I loved it. I thought it was great. Thank you.
I think that was an absolutely amazing performance. I really do. Because I don't know how many times we've seen magicians do magic with cards, but actually you managed to make numbers on a card become an emotional story. And I think the audience are going to fall in love with you after this performance, because we really got to know you as well.
Thank you so much.
But only 3 more can go through, so let's see what happens.
I'm touched, I'm moved, and let's hope those super fans feel the same way.
Hard magic is not my favorite, but she made it feel fresh.
Well, he said it, emotion.
Yeah, really
I thought
good.
she was really good.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a really tough vote tonight.
Alright, now I'll go ahead and give you my concluding thoughts. She did a great job. I wouldn't really say this magic fooled me per se as a magician. Many magicians have seen this thing before, the Sam the Bellhop routine. In fact, it's kind of a template, just this concept. You can tell any story you want, you can take your personality and put it into it, and it allows for a lot of creative interpretation. But like I said during the performance, she really was able to infuse emotion into it, and actually it got my eyes a little bit wet. Yeah, lots of people have come from broken homes and etc. But the way she talked about, you know, losing her mom, who was her pillar of support at age 10, and the fact that she thinks about her every day of every year, you know, I could believe that. Anyway, I just felt it was powerful, and it was cool that she wanted to share that with us. By the way, I went to the end of the episode and found out that she was voted on to the next round, so we are going to see her again. And now I'm going to share with you a random story from this book, AESOP'S Fables. We'll select the story using my official method of randomness. And today we are reading Chapter 91, The Eagle and His Captor. A man once caught an eagle, and after clipping his wings, turned him loose among the fowls in his hen house, where he moped in a corner, looking very dejected and forlorn. After a while his captor was glad enough to sell him to a neighbor, who took him home and let his wings grow again. As soon as he had recovered the use of them, the eagle flew out and caught a hare, which he brought home and presented to his benefactor. A fox observed this and said to the eagle, "Don't waste your gifts on him. Go and give them to the man who first caught you. Make him your friend, and then perhaps he won't catch you and clip your wings a second time." I don't know about that. I'm having to process this one for a second. What would I do if I were this eagle? I don't know, I feel like I should reward the second neighbor, the benefactor, the one who let my wings grow out again. Because he's like the good guy, he has like the good heart, you know? You want to present a gift to this person who's doing good for you also. But I guess what the fox is saying is that you should present a gift to that first guy just to avoid him catching you again, because he's like a danger. So instead of giving a gift to someone who you love and who loves you back, you should use that resource to protect yourself from your enemy. Interesting thought. It kind of feels jaded a little bit, like many of these AESOP'S fables. Maybe the best thing would be to catch 2 rabbits and share one with your benefactor and one with this guy who might try to catch you again. But that's not the point. That's not the point. That removes the choice, right? If you have 2 rabbits. The whole concept is making a choice between 2 alternatives. So yeah, I guess although I first kind of disagreed with this fable, if you consider something like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the base of the pyramid is you have to have your safety, your food, and your shelter. And only then can you move on to higher levels like relationships and self-realization. So from that perspective, it kind of makes sense. You have to satisfy the base of the pyramid first. Protecting yourself from enemies. Although, maybe if you give the neighbor, your benefactor, enough hares or rabbits, maybe if you give him like 20 rabbits, you can convince him to go to the first guy and murder him in his sleep. And then you never have to worry about being caught again and having your wings clipped. And that is the moral of the story. An ounce of prevention, in this case murder, is worth 5 pounds of care? Alright, leave a comment below telling me what you thought about the fable, if you have any personal stories to share, or how you might apply this to your daily life. I promise I can speak English. And that's the end of this fable. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash like, really helps. And I'm always putting out new videos. There will be more of these reactions for America's Got Talent, so stay tuned and click subscribe and the notification bell if you don't want to miss when they come out. That's how it works. As always, I hope you're having a great week. If you want to say hi, just leave a comment below, or you can follow me on Instagram and you can say hello over there. It's totally an option. Just saying. And that being said, keep it real, keep it magical, keep it really magical, and I will see you next time. Yup.